Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my weekly review.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel here.
Across the streams of hopes and dreams where things are really not. Come along if you can. Come along if you dare.
Have a good one. Cheers, guys.
Side of your mind, but please realize you'll probably be surprised.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring another weekly TV review. This time we're going to be talking about Season 6, Episode 19 of Arrow on the CW, which was called The Dragon. So yeah, I know I've been pretty spotty with my Arrow reviews this season. I reviewed a few at the beginning, or the earlier part of the season with the Deathstroke stuff, and I kind of dropped off after that. And I've reviewed a couple here and there since. Overall, I think it's been a pretty good, if not really good, season. Probably the best we've had on Season 5 since Seasons 1 and 2, I think. Although I did like 3, 4 pretty mixed up. But I think it's found a pretty good spot right now. So this episode, I'm going to try and review every episode for the rest of the season, the last 3 episodes we got, of course, and then I'll try to review it more going forward, because I do like Arrow, and I especially, love, Stephen Amell's, Oliver Queen, so I feel like I want to start giving that character more attention, more focus. I really love the last episode, Fundamentals. Just really felt like a throwback to the earlier Arrow episodes, which I liked quite a bit, and it was a real character-driven Oliver's Psyche kind of episode, which I think was needed to sort of bring it back to, something like that. But this one, The Dragon, it almost had no Oliver. It was completely focused on Kirk Avocado's, I know I said avocado, I know that's not his name. But yeah, I know this whole episode focused on Diaz, and we basically got some flashbacks to him as a child, and the rest of the episode is kind of focused on him trying to get into this organization known as a Quadrant, try and get an even bigger position of power throughout the whole country. Basically boasting about how he's in control of a whole city and everything like that. So yeah, this episode is definitely different, being centered around him, and it seems like quite a few people actually seem to like it. Me personally, I didn't care for this one too much, which is kind of unfortunate because I was on a pretty good high for it after last week's episode, but it wasn't bad, don't get me wrong. The guy playing Diaz, he does a fine enough job. But Diaz himself as a villain, as sort of the big bad of this season, I just don't really think he works that well, to be completely honest. Yeah, he's fine, but he doesn't feel like he should be like the main villain. I kind of wish I would have just stuck with Michael Emerson's character. He felt a little more unique for sure. But Diaz, he kind of feels a little bit disposable, honestly. Just a street thug, right? He honestly feels like one of those characters, or one of those more minor Arrow villains that we see like a couple times a season. Yeah, they might get like a couple episode little arc or like a little operation going, but they're stopped fairly quickly. He doesn't feel like much more than that, and I'm not trying to bash it too much, but I just don't buy into him as being like this massive threat that he's supposed to be. I feel like Oliver has fought and dealt with much worse, but it is what it is. I see they're having one-on-one fight in the next episode. Yeah, I know he's a dragon, whatever, but I'm not going to buy Oliver having that much difficulty with him, or at least, if Oliver actually loses to him, it's going to be really annoying, because Oliver, again, he has fought much worse, and much more skilled and trained people. But, it is what it is. We also had, Laurel on Earth 2 Laurel, and that was alright, I guess. She's having more of a kind of a identity crisis, you could say, because when he burns the guy at the end, you could tell she is trying to, well, not completely, but she is definitely less enthusiastic about it than she used to be. I think Quentin's starting to rub off on her. And we do get a little bit of Oliver in this episode, because they have a whole subplot of, Felicity and Kurt trying to get back into, their work together, despite the differences with the teams. And Felicity's just worried sick about Oliver because, she's not tied to all his operations anymore. He's on his own lone wolf mode. And when there's an explosion that goes off that she hears about on the news, she fears the worst. Oliver, of course, shows up and he again promises that he'll always come back, which is a pretty good scene. It's good to at least get a little bit of Stephen Amell in this episode. But besides that, I just thought it was just an okay episode. I guess it depends on how you view Diaz as a villain. For me, I don't really care for him or buy into him too much. So that's probably why it is for me. I'm giving this episode about a 7.5 out of 10, which isn't a bad rating, keep in mind. But shows I do videos on, I tend to be pretty enthusiastic about. So it's rare when I rate something even at like an 8.4, 8.5. So if I say below like an 8, it's, something's a little bit wrong with it for me, I guess. 7.5 still isn't a bad rating. I just didn't really particularly care for the perspective too much. The flashbacks are alright as well, although I don't think it's a very unique story that he had either, but it is what it is, I guess. Still really liking this season. We'll probably be reviewing the last 3 episodes for sure. So yeah, let me guys slot. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.